for your casters, it's bracing time.
Thank you very much, Blaze. We are back again. It's been pretty fast so far this major day, but it is a big game ahead of us. Toronto Ultra were bullied off this stage just about an hour ago, and Texas looking to continue their run in the lower bracket. Ton, how do we think it's going to go?
It's going to be tough. I like how they give us another one, because we weren't really up here for very long before, but we are here once again with Ultra, but they are looking for the ultimate bounce back against that crowd, and I just wonder if the boos will maybe give them that incentive to get something going here. But OpTic have, especially over the last 2 games, maybe just looked a little bit more like how we thought they would throughout the rest of the season. After a very good start to it, they have looked very average, they have looked disappointing, but they've started to turn it around here in New York. Can they continue that turnaround here against Ultra?
Well, it'll be one of the quickest turnarounds we've seen. OpTic looking to continue moving forward, continue plying their craft and figuring out how to get everything in lockstep before champs. Ultra just hoping to regain. But Bacard is next, and if I know anything about this map and these teams, probably going to end on time.
It probably will. Looking towards it, of course, the whole percentage is there, more so for the side of OpTic, but the breaks are there for Toronto. Which way this one goes, a lot of people will be leaning towards OpTic Texas, but of course Ultra will be looking for the bounce back. Top 4 is on the line. Bacard to kick things off.
Oh, here we go, straight in a P1, and you ever seen a Bacard on P1? Not an awful lot happens usually in the first rotation, but OpTic already jumping on it. And he gets the first blood against Cleanex. And they're actually doing a decent job of trying to get that soaked in early.
Yeah, keep an eye on the rotation coming in over towards P2. Ultra trying to just bounce back here. We need to see a good series from Bance. I absolutely agree with the desk. It was not like him what we've seen from that series previously. OpTic Texas with the ones with the points on the board. Shotzzy will get taken down. It is essential for Ultra that Bance has a good game.
Oh, he's looking to try and make a move now all the way through. Barn actually somehow slipped the net. You can see on the mini-map, Ultra are looking for this P2. Very few points so far on P1 for either team.
Yeah, the rotation is there though, well, the side of Ultra. OpTic Texas going to be looking through for a break here. Scumpy will fall. Cleanex inside of Barn is going to be an issue for them. Bance and Cleanex combining well, though. A steady start for Ultra, and I think that's important for them. Just slow this down as quickly as you can. Get that confidence underneath your feet, and you can get something going here, but it's a good hold so far. Not many points on the board, but here come OpTic.
Oh, and Cammy inside, combining there to get a couple. Starting the soak on a P2, but keep an eye on that mini-map. Shotzzy is finding a way through, and he's already got the first one on a Bance. It's going to force Ultra to come off of that hill and find him. Shotzzy eventually will be cut back down to size, but Ultra need to get some bodies on this point.
Cammy on a 5 spree, will get cut down. Insight with 4 in a row. Ultra just holding this very, very nicely. Not too many engagements around the point. They've kept OpTic away. Connects and Co doing well. Shotzzy will find 2 inside of the barn. Dashy off up top. And that might be the break that OpTic need. 20 seconds remaining here on P2. But a decent hold from Ultra.
Did a great job. They just pulled Ultra in every single direction. And now they're in a position where they can slay for days. Vance trying to do some work. Trying to get away with his scrap time here. But Ultra are going to go behind. As OpTic get the lion's share of time, and they get cleaned off in just a second, and it's a 1-point difference as we head over to P3.
Shotzzy gets through. This kill on the Cammy will be big if they can find a route through. Grandma's not going to happen, but Illy is there for the backup. The grenade, unfortunately, finding Scump. Dashy on the outside can find a second. Vance is potentially there as well, as Cammy the next in his sights. Ultra with the spawns towards the back. They need to find the kills on top of it, and they have done. Bance with a good start. Scump can only get traded. It's 3 for Bance as Ultra lock in the hill.
They're now trying to push them further and further back. 34 seconds left to go on this hill. And Ultra do not want the pressure coming in from them. And Cammy is going to lose a gunfight up top to Scump, and the rest of OpTic pounce on it. They are getting in here at the same time. Bance gets 1, but it's not going to be good enough. Same story as P2. Slow to start, but Texas get in.
It's classic Bacard through the front door, see if you can get anything done. Ultra still spawning towards the back. Ultra with the kills. Cammy now on the route to try and get something going here over towards P4. The kills need to start coming in here for Texas, as there's a slight lead for Ultra. It's a big kill out of the side of OpTic as they find 4. This rotation coming in is already a good hill for the side of OpTic. Can they find some decent time here? Feels like they've been clawing at points so far. Ultra maybe just on top a little bit.
Well, at the moment, OpTic doing a good job. Hold down Barn. Ultra have not got close. I'm going to try and find this cut top, but it's going to be Bance again. Looks for another one, gets a 2-piece as well. He's running all the way around the back. They're going to have to call this one out for Texas. As you can see, Ultra just trying to get through every single position they can. Shotzzy running for his life. And OpTic Texas still alive around Barn.
Well played from Shotzzy, just staying alive was as much of a nuisance as finding kills. Keeps alive and kicking, Ultra looking for him. Still going here, Shotzzy as well, can't find it on the Cleanex. Ultra with a decent enough break here, not going to work out necessarily for the side of OpTic. It's a very, very close game though. Tied up at the moment as we're going to start heading over towards the next hill. You can see the foot race going on whilst all the action continues inside of Barn. It will be scrap time to OpTic in lead over towards OpTic.
OpTic have the opportunity. Ultra are set up towards River. A quick break here. Could be a breakdown for Ultra. Dashy already gets one. They're putting pressure on towards the back. The River spawn as well has come in. It's going to be a big fight onto the hill, but Insight wins it and stays alive. But Ultra are feeling the squeeze. Players from OpTic are trying to get through.
Still spawns there for Ultra though, so Insight should have some backup very, very shortly. It's a 3 spree for him. Dashy potentially in a position to do something here if he doesn't get caught out by others, just doesn't expect the spawn there. And Dashy gets taken down easily enough. Scump will follow, and it's only Illy. Momentary alive, but is it going to be for much longer? Bats with the shots, and they are solid. 17 and 12, Ultra growing a lead.
Yeah, OpTic just weren't able to really find their way into that point at all, and they keep plying River. Eventually, Dashy will win that gunfight, but they have to win a couple more to get through. Cammy holding down street now. Ultra have soaked this hill massively so far.
Really good play by the side of Ultra. All the kills starting to fall their way as well. Dashy's the only one. Ansett does find a second. We'll get the player off the point for the final few seconds, but after a rotation, it's around 45 points or so for the side of Ultra. That is their lead. They'd be more than happy with that, Bryce, as we head into the second hills of rotation. OpTic Texas locking some decent time down here over towards P1. They got the spawns for P2, but there's still 50 seconds left to go.
Well, they're going to go for the kills all around this area. Just trying to keep Ultra on the back foot. You can see a little bit of soak coming in now from OpTic. Something they've been criticized before is not getting onto this P1 point. They will take every bit of point they can get from him originally. Dashy trying to find this player in Little Hut. Doesn't need to. Illy gets the kill eventually. The fight you can see on your minimap, by the way, is for P2 spawns.
And look at the rotation. Those P2 spawns that OpTic did have a hold of have been just left by the wayside. Ultra starting to heat up a little bit more into this game. That lead of around 40 points still remains, and the kills starting to come thick and fast once more for the Toronto side. OpTic need to answer back with something here. It's been a little bit lackluster so far. Doesn't seem to be any flow of kills coming on through. Nobody making those moments that need to be found for OpTic on a map like Bocage. Shotzzy may well be the one to do it though.
That's what they're looking for. The kills are going towards OpTic. They found it. P2 is popping, but so are OpTic in the feed. They're getting every single kill they need. They may have been late to it, but they've won everything they need. And now they're soaking the time. Scump is just not going down. Ultra are spawning in Narnia.
That was what they needed. OpTic back into control now of this hill. It's the first big flurry of kills we've really seen from them. The trading has been effective from Ultra, mostly going their way. But a bit of a pinch being set up now as Vance will find one from Grandma's and everybody else from Ultra. Round through 10, Dashy the only one left. It is clean from Ultra. 30 seconds remaining on P2. OpTic spawning towards the river side. Have to be careful heading in this next rotation as Scump will find another. Barn control is there for Texas.
Well, the pressure now coming on. Ultra are leading, but Texas are not far behind. Let's jump to a listen in with Toronto Ultra.
We need to go near as well.
Yeah, he's a farm. He's going P1.
That's it. They're up.
Could already be made.
He's not me.
Look left. Look
Scump is new.
There's two of them. Always gone
Scump could be top.
Yeah, I can't hold
He's in kitchen. Kitchen weak. He's gone on his knee. On his knee.
Okay.
Nice play. Good trick. Let's get big top. By the way, big top.
Oh shit, I fell.
Top. I'm one shot.
So he went right to the stairs. Kitchen.
Yeah, kitchen to me.
Top, yeah.
2 seconds.
Still one main. 2 main.
Kitchen, yeah, inside.
Just go. Let's go.
Yeah, I got it.
Hold in the fucking trap, boys. It could have been 4 flip.
There is one.
Flip. I've got kitchen.
One did heart actually. One's main, I think.
Well, Ultra, a little bit more frantic comms than we expect from them. That's because we're on Bocage at the moment, still holding on to their lead. OpTic trying to get every point they can, and the hold here will bring this game back to level.
It will, but I think this is kind of answering the question of what kind of side we're going to see from Toronto Ultra after that 3-0 bodying from Thieves. It's not the one we thought. Oh, Vance! That's not a good fight you should be losing. There's been a couple of those today. 5 points now going to be soaked up for the side of OpTic Texas, and Scump has slipped the net also. This might help the team out with a pinch that could be coming on through. Illy will find one. Insight can answer it back. Not once, but twice he'll find the kill. Scump still lingering behind. Can Dashy get something going here? He's going to have to get moving in just a second. Scump will find one towards the back. Shotzzy at the front. The break is there for Texas.
They've got it. They're now 5 points away from taking the lead. OpTic Texas turning up the heat here on Bakaj as they go into the lead here on Barn. 35 seconds left to go for it. Ultra trying to make the kills. Can they get through? Cammy gets it. It's just Shotzzy left alive into it. The reinforcements will flood in from OpTic. And he stays alive, plays his life, gets the kill, hits the flank. Of course he does. It's Shotzzy.
23 seconds remaining here on Barn. Rotation is important as well. iLLeY might have actually slipped the net there over towards the next hill, which is popping in 15 seconds. These kills for OpTic are important. They find two. Cammy's going to try and slow this down as Dashy finds another. This time not going over towards OpTic, but it will now. But keep an eye on number 6 on the minimap. Look at iLLeY towards the back. He could be the catalyst for the team here.
They might be looking for him. They're going to find him.
There he is.
Scump and iLLeY get to insight. Does take down iLLeY for a second, but OpTic are coming in force. You can see Dashy is going to be looking for the spawn kills as well. Not going to be able to make it though. Scump towards L gets one. Cleanex on the hill. It's going to be Shotzzy as well. All bodies flying in. Shotzzy gets the second, and it rocks Ultra because now they have to move. They are not in the position they wanted to be.
OpTic Texas starting to turn the heat on up just a little bit here in the King's Theatre. iLLeY inside the point. Soaking this time up, it's as good as a lead as OpTic have had, and I say that as 3 members go down. 23 seconds remaining here over towards P5, and Vance is pushing out the lanes.
He's trying to move as far forward as he currently can. They are pushing everywhere onto this map. Just 13 seconds left of scrap time for Ultra before that next hill pops, and already OpTic are setting up for it.
Plenty of time left on the game clock. It's not typically what we do see in a game between these two teams. It's very much going to be going to that 250 score. Ultra ever so slightly closer to that point. Vance now playing for spawns here as well. He is really taking his time. He needs the rest of his team to find something here off the break towards Gromos, and then he can maybe influence what's going on over towards P2.
Well, he's already done it. He's got the spawn up for his team. I think OpTic are going to realize this as well, but the difference is going to be kills. Can they find anything? Vance finds one on the Scump. Dashy finds Vance. They know the spawn is now against them. They're going to try and soak P1 for as much as they can. Ultra, while in a better position, have to win something here and keep OpTic bottled up.
Yeah, they need to keep them off the point here. These points towards the end mean so much, but that's 3 down now from Ultra. Very well played. It's a 6-point game as Scump starting to find some kills, but they are forcing OpTic away. They have to be careful not to overstep here. The spawns are still there for Ultra. That is crucial.
Yeah, still an awful lot of time. OpTic get a couple. Vance has to come back. They've got to be careful, so careful. OpTic just won the right trades. Shotzzy towards the back, he's looking for an opening. They are trying to flip this, but it will pop on the P2, and it will be Ultra, but it's Shotzzy again. Can he find it? Can he find the kill? Vance has got him, and Ultra have this locked.
210 to 210. OpTic need to get going. There's a minute left on the game clock, bear that in mind, but Cleanex, he's skating around Gromos now, looking to find the kills before OpTic can get anywhere near. Another one on the board from iLLeY. Shotzzy is alive and kicking he is. He gets taken down inside the barn. It's a perfect call from Ultra so far.
They're a mile away. Cleanex is going to work, trying to push them all the way out towards back grannies. But here come OpTic. They are here. They are ready to get into P2. Scump going to look for the first one. He knows players going to be on barrels. Not going to get it. He goes down, but more players piling in. iLLeY's trying to do every bit of work. Finds the first. He's contesting this point for everything he's got. Cammy finds 2 though, and Ultra are still holding.
It's been a brilliant hold from Ultra over towards P2. You just have to get inside the point and stay alive if you're Shotzzy. It's still going to be winnable, not anymore. Rotation will come on through, and it needs to be there for OpTic. Ultra only 6 away, and they're here to fight it.
They've got it at the moment. It's OpTic.
Look at
The
Vance.
moment they're in. Vance is under tunnel. The time is ticking. And that time is now. They're looking for the execution, and it's still OpTic. They still have it. The kills are coming in the kill feed. Ultra want to get in at the moment, but they're going to go for it at the same time. Inside gets one. Vance is going to be straight, but it's still OpTic. They're still there. They've still got it. It's seconds. Just ticking.
Inside push around from behind. He's going to be making a way through tunnel. If you're Ultra, you need to find something now. Shotzzy will find another final way.
They're looking for it. It's not going to go in with a crystal kill. It's a 1v1 for the hill, for the chance, for inside. He's just hiding in the corner, and he gets it. Ultra are in.
They're in, and iLLeY's going to go.
Ultra, the trades, everybody piling, everybody in. Vance finds 2.
OpTic are in. OpTic are in. It's a 1v1 in the back. And Shotzzy will win it.
And it's happened to Ultra again. They have the lead. They have the position. But they don't have the W.
Ultra with 6 points away. When we were over towards P2, it looked locked in. And it is a perfect and mixy, a somewhat chaotic P3 that ends it. And honestly, back and forth between us, I had no idea who was in control. Let's run it back.
This is where it gets a little bit kind of chaotic. You can see Clinix makes a no kill towards the back. Somehow he wins that one. Inside gets a kill as well. And he dives in here, wins this gunfight.
I think it's Shotzzy towards the back. Keep an eye on Shotzzy. It's number 7 on your minimap. Makes his way through. Scump loses that gunfight. Inside does brilliantly. It's contested for so long. Keep an eye on Shotzzy though. Number 7 through the double doors. We'll find one towards the back, and it's a pistol kill. Watch, it comes up here. Shotzzy in the bottom left corner. There's one pistol kill towards the back. Gets the job done.
Shotzzy makes 3 there in that final hill. And one thing I have been seeing on Reddit, on Twitter, is where is Shotzzy on Bocage? And there he was. The tiniest of margins, the tiniest of differences. But it went the distance, Tunt, something we haven't seen from these teams in a while.
It's something we see every time we come up here, though. It's every single time. 250 to 245. Let's delve into the stats. It was just honestly a good statistical game from the side of Ultra. Bans had that performance we said we wanted to see, but Shotzzy at 37 and 37. We heard Chance say it on the desk. He doesn't need to see anything flashy. A 1 KD would be great. Well, there's your 1 KD, Chance.
And I'll tell you something, Ultra found themselves in this position for the 2nd time today. A hard point they could have won, did not go their way. Is it going to be a repeat of what happened in that series we saw just over an hour ago, though? They ended up not getting a single S&D round under their belt and crashed down into lower.
And honestly, speaking of that as well, the search and destroy rounds that they didn't get any of was on Berlin, which is what's coming up next. So is it a case of deja vu for the side of Ultra? Honestly, it kind of felt like they were in control for the majority of that game. OpTic had a lead at one stage, but it felt like Ultra were the ones making the rotations. They were the ones holding down the best amount of time. But ultimately, OpTic just never went away. It was especially that play towards the end where they got inside of P2, which Ultra held brilliantly. Those final few seconds, though, is all they needed. As soon as it was contested, OpTic knew that they had time to then rotate. And when they rotated, they locked it in. I say locked it in. It was kind of, it was a bit of a frenzy inside the point at least, but my goodness me, this major has not disappointed at all so far. OpTic turn up when they need to the most. And that is a 5-point win in map number 1. Search and Destroy is coming up next as well. It's a very difficult one to decipher, but honestly, I didn't mind the game out of Ultra at the same time. We wanted a bit of a bounce back from them, but that has got to hurt. That's 2 games in a row. You've lost it by the slenderest of margins.
Yeah, I mean, Ultra tried to finish at P2, didn't really get around to P3, couldn't find the trades either, and even at one point, Shotzzy getting 3 in that final hill is just the dagger they did not want, and OpTic felt the pressure, but no buckling, no bending, no backstepping, no nothing. They iced up in the end, and the roar of the crowd tells you how tense that was.
It was tense up here as well, Bryce, if I'm honest with you. My goodness, some games this weekend have been absolutely incredible, and we may well still have plenty more of this one on our hands. We've kind of been speedrunning here on Saturday. I hope this one does go the distance, though. But S&D now coming up for Ultra. We've seen a really poor performance from them in that previous series up against LA Thieves, which only feels like an hour or so ago. But previous to that, their record on Berlin Search and Destroy, they were 8 and 9 over their last 9. The only team they'd lost to before they lost to Thieves was OpTic Texas in around 11. Can Texas do this once more? I wonder, but I don't know. It's really difficult because honestly, we expected so much more out of Ultra in that Search and Destroy in the previous series. Have they went back? Have they fixed some things? They need to fix a lot, to be honest.
Well, before we go forward and figure out everything that's going to happen into this game, if you're at home right now, you're probably sitting there thinking, this looks like an awful lot of fun. The roar of the crowd, the incredible games, and it only happens at LAN. Fortunately, we have one more this year, an incredibly big one that is coming in just a few weeks' time. If you want to get yourself down to LA, down to the championship weekend for the Call of Duty League, it'll be live at the Garland Center, August 4th to 7th. We'll be there, as well as all your favorite teams and casters you like, so make sure you get your tickets for playoffs and championship Sunday. They're on sale. You could be sitting in this crowd. You can We're doing all kinds of things on the stage from some of the mini games we've seen this weekend. And trust me, you are going to want to see it live.
More than food. I don't know. I like food, Bryce. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, I think judging by the look of me, you can tell that I am quite fond of food as well. Maybe too much. But speaking of food, Scump is eating people alive. OpTic are alive at this major. Up 1-0.
And honestly, we weren't expecting this level from them. We kind of heard the hearings of we're not playing good right now. We heard backstage that things hadn't been looking fantastic. They're looking just for practice with Illy online heading into champs this weekend. But they brought that level that we haven't seen since Major 1. They are starting to get themselves in contention for the win this weekend. This is for top 4. And I think a lot of OpTic fans at home, they wouldn't have expected to find themselves there, but it's Berlin Search and Destroy coming up next. We've seen what happened to Ultra in their previous series on this one. They'll be looking to turn around their fortunes. It has not went their way so far today. Can they get things rolling here? Up against OpTic, having a look over towards the ranks. When it does come down to Berlin S&D this season, it has not looked good for Ultra.
It has not, and fully expect the series to make me break my voice a few more times. Hasn't really been the same since map 1 of the major, but I do apologize if you hear it crack. It's just going to happen with the excitement that happens here at majors.
I mean, it's just us in hard points, mate. Every time we come up here, it's an absolute madness. Absolute madness. I wonder if we get a bit of a better showing out of Ultra in this search, though.
Well, can't possibly be worse. At the moment, a little bit slow from Ultra, not really pushing any particular direction. We have seen a couple of fast Bs from OpTic in the past, and it does work out, but they are playing a little bit more timid here against OpTic.
The #1 offensive team on the game on Berlin Search and Destroy are going to make their job a little bit easier. That bomb is now down now. Shotzzy inside the point, very passive from Ultra, looking for the retake.
Still 4 versus 4. First blood could be crucial. Shotzzy's already going to jump down. Cammy's fan and Clearx as well. And they're trying to get bodies into this one, but keep an eye on the mini-map. It's going to be Scump. He's going to be towards the platform. Dashy's trying to get the cross for him as well. And somehow, still Ultra, they do this slow retake, and it can be a huge pain for teams to go against them. Scump gets out, though. Bans finds one, but it's still a 2 versus 4. Oh, Scump gets one towards the back. Illy gets another. Cammy. It's a 2 versus 1. Illy's left alive. He's getting out of here.
He's got time. This next gunfight basically wins the round, whichever way it goes. Illy just surviving, but Cleanex will find it. And Diffuse comes in, and Ultra will find a round. They couldn't do that last time around against the side of Thieves. So already, we went one better. But Illy played that well. He was just trying to survive as best as he can. Cleanex must win this gunfight and does so.
That's kind of the crazy thing. It is absolutely nerve-wracking to watch Ultra on a retake. It feels like the slowest retake in the world, but somehow they find just enough time. For Toronto Ultra, that is a huge weight off their shoulders. We know last time we saw them, they didn't get around. They found one here. OpTic will be looking to even the score, though.
Neutral setup coming in from the side of Ultra. Have to be careful of the Cleanex. You don't get caught in no man's land. Illy going to be having a look for him from B side. There you go. First blood for the side of OpTic. Good call-outs coming on through. As soon as Cleanex was spotted, he was in danger. Inside, looking to see if he can get something back towards it. Has he got enough Overwatch? Does he know where Illy has gone? Still hunting. He's going to find it back to a 3 versus 3. That's a lot of B-side control now for the side of Ultra. They're in a good position. Can OpTic Texas find a retake as that bomb will go down? This next kill is big.
Oh, movement, Shotzzy. Movement. Keeps on dumping and diving, and he's still alive. He's just running around the tank and wins the gunfight. Bans takes him down, though. Down to a 1 versus 2 for Dashy. He's been the hero before, but it's not an easy position to retake for him. He'll be looking for this first gunfight. Oh, he knows where Bans is.
Uh-oh. That's a big stun. Big stun coming in from Bans. Dashy must find this gunfight, or is it just the grenade? Goes over, but he's got 2 players to deal with. 15 seconds to go. Always a tough spot. Good shots on the Cammy. Can he find another Bans? Nearly gets the job done with some hellish accuracy. The Ultra ultimately in too good of a position for him to retake their 2-0 now.
A little bit worried for Bans there. He had the time to basically check it in about 7 seconds, but won the gunfight regardless. 3-1 so far on this S&D. And Ultra go 2-0 up on Berlin.
OpTic looking to try and get something going on the attack here. As mentioned, the #1 offensive team when it does come down to Berlin. Ultra 11th on the defensive win percentage. So, I mean, that tells you everything that OpTic need to do. Where's the hit going to come from? It's looking like B potentially on the cards, but Texas maybe just taking their time here. Ultra happy to sit back.
Slow, steady, looking for picks and information. You see OpTic trying to figure out the best way to apply pressure. At the moment, Ultra do not know where they are.
Shotzzy's a sneaky little boy. Push around outside now. Looking to find some sort of purchase. OpTic put all their eggs in the basket over towards this site. It's going to be down to Insight. He's going to fall. First blood is there. Bomb should be going down.
OpTic even better position this time. They have more numbers. Clinic's going to try and get that nade in, and it's no good. That bomb will go down. OpTic have the numbers. They have the position. Clinic's going to try this one. He goes for the jump. Shotzzy says, thank you very much. Easiest kill of my life. Vance finds one. Scump tries to get the trade, but it doesn't matter. Shotzzy will eventually find it. It's 1 versus 1, and Cammy will get it and trade it out. Texas take the point.
Plenty of kills falling Shotzzy's way. It was a minimum of 3. Finds the round for OpTic. Another kill for Shotzzy there. And honestly, I just love the post plant setup there from the side of OpTic. Quite often you will see them move out towards rails and towards tickets to hold the bomb site from there. But they lock in the site. And Ultra have already got a hard retake in a 3 versus 4, making it harder by the positions of OpTic Texas. They get on the board now, and Ultra need to try and find an attacking round to maybe answer back. But can OpTic hold their defense this time?
Well, there's the information Insight was looking for. Who has crossed? Where do we push? Already, Banks is going to find the first blood on the Scump. That's going to be on the bomb site, and now Crimsix is going to be running for his life. He goes down, Shotzzy finds it, stays alive. Great trade there from OpTic.
A clean one of that as well, so Ultra back to the drawing board after that kill falls through immediately, the first blood. It's looking like the position is there to maybe get something done over towards A, but I love that aggression. Look at Shotzzy in a fantastic position for spree as well. Are Ultra going to be ready for it?
I don't think so.
He's playing the perfect spot here. He's playing it slow because the presumption is that the movement is over towards B. He is there to counteract what Ultra are trying to do.
Oh, Shotzzy has been the nightmare before. Gonna go for this time, finds the first, looks for the second, not gonna get it, gets out of there as well. This throws chaos into Ultra setup. Shotzzy gonna try and stay alive, continuing to pull apart the Toronto setup. Wins the gunfight anyway! Now a 1 versus 3 for Bance, he's alone. The green wall surrounds him. He finds the first, and Shotzzy not gonna get it!
1v3 for Bance is on the cards. 46 HP, just about surviving. Dashy is chasing him down. Which way is it going to go? As Bance just played this absolutely perfectly.
Oh! Benjamin Bance with a 1 versus 3. Shotzzy did everything he needed to, but it was still not enough. 8-2 from Bance. He's playing his own redemption song here at the Major.
It nearly got a little bit scary there, though. Bance has not had the best of days when it's come to turn-ons, but not this time. 4 spree for him. And on top of that as well, Shotzzy was on a 6 spree himself. It was looking like the glide bomb was pretty much secured. They can't find the kill. It is a monumental 1 versus 3 from Bance.
That's got to be a little bit demoralizing if you're OpTic. You thought you had it. Shotzzy played his life, won the gunfight. But Bance arrived, and Insight takes a couple of bullets to the cheek. Stays alive, though. Pressure from OpTic towards A.
Information gained from Shotzzy by the fact that nothing's been hitting. Nobody inside the point. Illy with enough first blood over towards OpTic. These offensive rounds, nearly every single time we've seen them hit over towards A. That's happened once again. 4v3. And retake now has to be in from Ultra. And is it off the back of Bance? 4 spree for him. Is it going to end there? Oh my God! Illy gets taken down. 3v3 now.
Still a little bit of time. Ultra playing it very, very slowly. They still have an awful lot of work to do. Shotzzy gets the first one though, and he jumps, dives, and gets out of it. And Shotzzy gets the second. And now Insight's left alone, but the time is against him. The numbers are against him as well. I just don't think he's going to find all these players. Down he goes. And the difference maker, it's got to be Shotzzy again.
We said we wanted to see more from him, specifically in the hard points, but if he's bringing this level in the search and destroy, it's going to be hard for Ultra to match up. This one swinging back and forth. That big clutch moment has still got Ultra in the advantageous position. On the attack again, though. 9-3 from Bance. Shotzzy trying to match that himself. Is managing to. It's both these players going up against each other. Into the next round we go.
Huge push here, coming straight in from OpTic towards A. They'll be called out by Insight. Player that watches the cross. Illy's already taken a stun, so they're going to know he's there. It's a rethink from Toronto.
Toronto very much neutral in the majority of their setups that do work out for them. But they say hit. Is it going to play out? That player inside the site is Scumpy. He is just biding his time. Needs some help from the rest of his teammates, and here they come. But here come Ultra as well. Crimsix finds the first.
Shotzzy with a nade. Ultra tried a second ago. Now to put the pressure on. He's been phenomenal. Can he slip the net? The movement comes through as well. He stays alive. His finger problem. He gets out of the window. Shotzzy. This man has double health with all of the movement, but Ultra will combine anyway. Illy in a 1 versus 4.
This will be something else from Illy. This kind of setup, though, it's going to be so difficult for him to break. Insight will be the first to fall. Surely the flank is coming in, and it is. The snap from Illy was tippable, but Ultra ultimately in control there. And honestly, Shotzzy makes his movements inside the site, but there's nobody else from OpTic there around him. That's the problem. He jumps in. OpTic just not there in time to help him out.
Yeah, one thing Shotzzy does very well is pulling teams apart and letting them bait into his teammates. He's incredibly good at it. It's not just the kills he makes, it's the fact he makes kills for his teammates. The issue that time, of course, the peak by Cleanex saw Scump down low. They lost a little bit of bomb side control when that happened. And now Ultra are up 4-2. Pressure on OpTic.
Offensive rounds have been the bread and butter here for the side of OpTic Texas. It's looking like a fast B's now going to start coming on through. Shotzzy weak, will get in there, but his band's going to be in a position to check this. The grenade is, though. Big grenade comes out, the communication there from Ultra. Illy can answer back, though, 3 versus 3.
Banshee with a little bit of a shoulder, actually tries to take the gunfight, feeling confident with a 12-3. And OpTic, they know they have to get into this. Ultra still watching the flank for him. They have full confidence in Bans to hold his own fire. And Scump throws bullets down towards Docs and almost pays for it.
Gets away with 35 HP. Now Illy can find this push, though. Maybe just enough of a disruption. They forced Bans away. The spawn will now go down, and Ultra need to do nearly everything here. The flank over towards Docs is going to be crucial, but Bans has got to play at that pivot role. He's got to move when the rest of his team do. The gunfights towards the back are the biggest ones.
Illy might go for a challenge. Fire's already going down. It's again another slow Ultra roll.
Look at the reflank coming in.
Trying to figure this one out. I don't know exactly where Scump's going to be, but Bans has already found Illy. Scump should have an easy kill here as well. Finds Insight, still alive towards the back. Gonna fight towards it as well, and it's going to be Dashy! Bans is the last player, but there is no time. He was hoping his teammates could find something on the flank. He decides discretion is the better part of valor, and he will stay alive for the streak, but Texas and OpTic will get this. 4-3, still close.
Bans will keep this streak alive, but it's Dashy with a quick huss towards the back. Gets him with a double punch, finds the kill, and that's what secures the round for OpTic Texas.
And it is really going back and forth between these two teams. Ultra gave it up an awful lot of map position to try and draw them in for that flank. Scump made the difference. Ultra just weren't enough for the trades.
Such a crucial map for Ultra. I've kind of been in the driving seat all the way through it. They want to close it out. Look at this defense that's coming in from the side of OpTic Texas, though. Ultra may well have just got a little bit fortunate on their push this time around, but it's a neutral setup once again on the offensive. It does quite often work out for Ultra. It's their most successful route to a win on the offense. Can they get something going over towards B, though? There's a big gunfight going on inside the site. Illy will find it. Gets out with his life. Needs support from his team.
Sides.
That's all of info. He'll know that Cleanex has picked up that bomb, but the presumption will be that he's inside of B.
Where on earth are they going with this one? Ultra have lost their big gun so far in this S&D. Bans is gone. Illy's backing up. And OpTic look pretty happy to soak as much pressure as they can. I don't hate this from OpTic. They're trying to get together, make sure they can win the trades.
Problem is they have no information, but they will have it now. Toronto making their move eventually. 30 seconds remaining on that game clock. Of course, it is OpTic with the advantage in terms of numbers. Can they use that advantage to the best of their ability here to try and retake here? Shotzzy's making a move.
Oh, this could be Shotzzy. He will be the player. Look at the amount of OpTic around this bomb site. Crimsix in a bad position, going to look for it as well. Shotzzy already gets the first. They have control, but can they win the gunfight towards it? They're stretching it. They're looking for it as well. There are so many OpTic players there. It's going to be a defuse as well, surely. Oh, they can't do anything, and it gets defused. OpTic under the nose of Ultra. Bring it to 4-4.
And still so many players left alive on the map when that defuse comes in. OpTic just stack it. They choose to get rid of Kleenex in the site. Scump was on a very slow flank, and honestly, I think the positioning was there from OpTic to win it anyway. But Toronto Ultra, that's 2 rounds in a row that have went over towards OpTic. They've got to hold on in this Search and Destroy. It's their turn to defend.
Oh, looks like it might be the old green wall push, fast B. Already some information coming through though. It's going to be a tactical hit for Bance. He probably calls a reinforcement. Who's trying to go across? Shotzzy playing his live.
Had to back off there. That grenade that's come in initially has stopped them making that push. Has to back down. And now OpTic's plan is went out the window just a little bit. Time to reevaluate and reformulate. Which way are we going?
OpTic would pay just about anything to find a shoulder, find somebody to pull off the map here for Ultra. Cammy wins the first one though. He knows exactly where Dashy is going to be. And it is first blood to Toronto. And that bomb is down in no man's land. Where on earth do OpTic go from here?
They've got to go for the pickup, but the information will be there immediately for the side of Cammy. Scumpy looking for the shots in. Cammy will have to back on down. Now it's the ultimate time to try and grab that bomb if you're the side of OpTic Texas. But the kills are starting to run through, and Bance continues his run of terror on Berlin. 14-4 from him. It's a 2v4 for OpTic.
2 versus 4. And it may be quiet on Berlin, but Scump finds one. Can't find the second. It's a shutdown. Ultra managed to get it. They do not move. They do not blink. They wait. And an oh-so important first blood from Cammy made OpTic really second-guess everything.
And the problem is where the bomb goes down there, isn't it? And it's those initial grenades that come through. Ultra are so good at doing that. Slows Shotzzy down. OpTic need to hold on to their defense if we want to see a round number 11, but can Ultra maybe close it out here? Bance is 15-4.
He's been their main man this map. Just not losing the chows. This may be a raid coming in. OpTic already putting a lot of bodies towards it.
Who's going to blink first? Both these teams positioned so close to each other, but OpTic will back off. They won't offer anything up here. This is a crucial round. Once again, it's a neutral setup. Ultra looking for those picks, which they have been quite successful with. So maybe it's a transition over towards it.
This is where information is key.
Shotzzy's got to go big here.
Who sees the players first? Who figures out what is happening on the map? Where does this pressure get applied? Who finds the first blood? It's every single step that counts. The decisions that are going to be made as this will erupt into chaos in just a few seconds. Already, it's come through. Dashy's going to call it out, but somehow Clears gets shot straight out of it as well. Dashy's going to furiously try to get it. Elite's going to be here to back him up. They do not want this bomb to go down.
Ultra back down, 25 seconds remaining. They have to think about doing something, but Kleenex will find another.
It's a bit of a madness from Ultra. They're going to go for it all the way around. Scump makes a huge kill on the bomb. Dashy gets one. The time for Ultra. They put it oh! Dashy! It's a 1v1. Dashy versus Insight for the round.
He will have time to get that bomb down. The 1v1 now incoming. Dashy survived with 1 HP, but he has to do this now. The 1v2 is on the cards to send this to around 11.
And they relied on him time and time again. Dashy versus Insight, the 1 versus 1. It comes down to this. They're going to look for it, the pre-aims over and over again. Who's going to find it? Insight will win it. It was not a great S&D before that moment, but 6-4 to Ultra. And while Dashy is a hero, he cannot win every time.
A valiant effort from Bruce, but he can't get the job done. The woes of Berlin Search and Destroy for Ultra are ended. After that 6-0, they bring it through with a 6-4 win up against OpTic Texas, and a series is something we very much have on our hands now. Close game 1, relatively close game 2, but the performance from Bance, we have to go back to that moment. The 1 versus 3, 1,600 damage. And the first words towards Ultra kind of tell the story. Illy was the only one fighting for OpTic Texas with 4 of his own, but the 6 for Ultra, resulting round wins. But everyone will point back to that moment of the 1v3 from Bats.
Well, I believe that is our Scump play of the game. This is gonna be beautiful, bouncing Benjamin Bats in a 1 versus 3. Down goes the bomb, and so does his teammate.
Gets good timing here onto Illy, but it's the second gunny onto Shotzzy. So quick for the snap. And then from there, it's just about, well, maybe a little bit of luck. Things get a little bit scary towards this gunfight, though, it has to be said. Maybe windy on the docks there on the side of Berlin, but not windy enough. A 1 versus 3. And there's the confidence flowing for Bance once more. We haven't seen that today yet, but it's in now. And what a series we have on our hands. It's set up very, very nicely.
Well, it looks like we're not going 3-0 for this one. We may go the distance. It is going to be a control map next, but it's been very, very close between these two squads. The hard point was just 5 points of Bookage. The S&D was just 2 rounds. It's come down to a lot of 1v1s and clutches for it. And I guess that means we all have to look forward to map number 3. It's certainly going to be an incredible thrill. We will see it and see what happens to our 2 squads. If time's told me anything, it's going to be a map number 5. How we get there, though, is what I'm most looking forward to. Control, Hardpoint, S&D. Who wins them? Who knows? I care. We'll see you right after this.
The Call of Duty League is brought to you by Mountain Dew and Zenny. Armor your eyes with Blocks gaming glasses starting at $24 by visiting zenny.com/CDL.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Call of Duty League. We are live here at Major number 4 in beautiful, beautiful New York. Currently, we sit with OpTic versus Ultra. It's 1-1 apiece, but before we get into this, get out your phones, sign up for the newsletter, get your hand on your new calling card, use the QR code, and let's all have a good time.
Yeah, exactly. Look at what you win. The championship pack is there. Get font, everything you can possibly want. No, just get your phones out. There you go. QR code's there. Easily done. But we are very excited to get into map number 3, and I know you guys at home are too. Which way this one goes, though, is anybody's guess. After map number 2 and map number 1, they were both very, very close. A couple of moments here and there on the search and destroy. The win there for Ultra after a crazy, crazy map number 1 comeback from OpTic. But Control was, I want to say, typically OpTic's bread and butter. How good they looked at the beginning of the year on it, specifically on Tuscan itself as well. But heading into map number 3, I wonder if Ultra can bounce back, because it wasn't just S&D they struggled in against Thieves. They got 3-0 on Control as well. Is that going to be the story here up against OpTic Texas, though? I wonder as we stay on Berlin. The lights dim in the King's Theatre once more. And OpTic need a bounce back after that. Was a very close search and destroy. Can they find something going here on the Control?
Well, who knows how this ends, but it does begin with a first step. Best thing about OpTic, by the way, on the Control is always going to be how dominant they can just flip the switch and take away the attack. They love an explosive play, they love the momentum, and it is a pain to dig them out. For Ultra, still looking to regain after Thieves.
OpTic the best defensive team on the game when it does come down to Berlin. It's going to be the defense tested from the side of Ultra immediately. Ultra third in the offensive win percentage themselves, so let's see how Ultra can get on in their attacks also. But as I said, it's going to be defense to kick things off. Scump will find one on the outside, and it's good holds initially coming in for the Toronto Ultra, but OpTic hitting over towards A again.
Oh, a little bit baited out Ultra here. They were kind of expecting to push towards B. Ultra has committed towards it. This is a big fight. If he wins it, he does. They're going to be in. OpTic have found the way through. Shotzzy gets a kill at the same time. Ultra have been bamboozled. They're at the wrong side. They don't know what's going on.
Complete control in the side here. You have to get over if you're to the side of Ultra. The shots are in. Shotzzy will find the gunfight. And this is maybe the perfect start to the round here for OpTic Texas. Bance will not find a way through. Where are the rest of Ultra help him out here? Cleanex is the next one, and he falls. And immediately OpTic Texas comes screaming back.
Well, Cammy managed to get it. They have saved this by the smallest of margins. Scump, though, going to continue putting the pressure on. They're going to have to deal with him. OpTic may have already done enough to give them a great advantage in this Control. And it all come off a misread by Ultra.
And it was really smart from the side of OpTic, to be honest with you. They find the first couple of kills. Okay, yeah, things don't go that way. But they immediately hit back towards A. How many times have you guys been playing rank play at home? You know, you get that initial hit that comes in over towards A, and then like, okay, well, it didn't work, let's go towards B. For OpTic, the double bluff comes through. They get 2 ticks towards their name. They're getting some ticks over towards B now as well.
They're just going to try and hold the fort, but Clemix is not going to get that kill. Ultra will be a little bit worried now. Only 1 tick stands between them and losing this round. They're expecting a flank. They are expecting pressure from OpTic.
Takes 1 decent 4 down from the side of OpTic to get this attacking round underneath their belts. Scump is there alongside Shotzzy. The grenade will connect though. Shotzzy gets taken down. OpTic need to lock B in just yet, but Scump will find the kill heading over towards it.
Here they come. Scump all the way through Secret. It's eventually going to be found. Bance was waiting for him. It's a long time and a lot of lives. And the flank is coming in again. Shotzzy has got around the back here. Ultra only have 2 up. Cammy needs to stay alive in Ticket to relieve this. Shotzzy is farming as well. Dashy's found another one. Ultra are feeling the squeeze.
Yeah, that might now be the pressure. Shotzzy just trying to stay alive inside of fire. The rat-tat-tat-tat is out, and Shotzzy will find the kill. Here comes the squeeze, as he said.
He gets the green. Whoa! Shotzzy finds one, but the pressure's still going to be on. 1 player from Ultra left in there. He's going to get him as well. Cleanex trying to do everything he can. That tick is going rapidly towards full. He has to jump in. He does not have reinforcement. He dives. He does. He does it.
Oh, they're in. They're in.
Oh! OpTic Texas take the round.
Big attacking round out of OpTic. Those final few kills get the job done. But Ultra was squirming from the word go there. Let's have a look at that once more. As OpTic go for it, Dashy lines it up there with his team. But the damage was maybe already done after those first 2 ticks that come in early. OpTic Texas, as we mentioned, only needed 1 good forward down to find the round. And now they go over towards the defensive side.
On board with OpTic. They have been playing this control wonderfully so far. Can Ultra find any way back into this Berlin? The tactics, their fundamentals have looked a little bit shaky for Toronto.
Scump just trying to survive. Ultra will try and get a hold of this as best as they can, but those couple of kills, they may well just flirt with the idea of a push over towards A. Cammy head down and sprinting, he will get caught out. As OpTic now just turtle up a little bit, that's 5 in a row for Dashy.
Paulehx playing his life. Ultra trying to put the pressure on. They haven't even got it at the moment. You can already see Simp says, all right, I'll find out who's a B. And everybody's going for a position. Inside finds one. He'll look for the second as well. Dashy trying to make sure he gets clean next away from the Scump's going to hit it as well. They're at the back. Shotzzy finds one, but no, it's down. It's a big 1v1. Dashy staying alive, and he managed to find that kill. Rebuffs the Ultra pressure and reinforcements for OpTic. Dashy on 6 as well.
Continue where he left off in round number 1. 1 more kill to secure the glide bomb, which will help them in some sort of way. It's probably not the most effective map when it does come down to the streaks. But look at Ultra, just finding a way through. Kill towards the flank, he'll initiate what's going to happen here at the side of Ultra, but Dashy will find one more. He's the only one who can find the kill, though, and it's 4 down for Ultra.
He got the glide, he got the glide. Ultra may be in, and they have bodies ready for this one. They're waiting for the flank at the same time. It's going to be a fight towards the back. Scump's already found one as well. Cammy trying to make sure nobody comes through. Oh! Cammy has just had OpTic completely. Only Shotzzy remain. That second tick is coming through. Shotzy's going to actually turn and get the gunfight as well. Oh my goodness, Ultra only have 1 player here after all of that.
They did all the hard work through Cammy. Nobody else is able to follow it up, and OpTic get back inside the point, but that's now 2 ticks over towards A for the side of Toronto Ultra. Both teams having success on the attack, but the kills starting to come through now for OpTic. They will clear Ultra out. There's lives on the side of Toronto Ultra, time on their side of Toronto Ultra. They need 1 good push once more.
That kill from Shotzzy, just to take Cammy out of the point, may have been everything they needed. Cammy going to get another one as well, though, and Bans gets 1. Pressure now, Shotzzy has to be a hero again. Hold it close, wait. Your teammates are coming, Bans just jump straight into it. Priestahh is going to go down as well, surely Illy finds it at the same time. Cammy is there! And Dashy will lock that away from them. Inside looking to try and just keep the pressure going as they get this tick round and round. Not going to get it. And Ultra have to reset 1 more time.
But OpTic haven't been able to get any map control throughout all of this. Ultra have kept Ticket underneath their control. And it's not allowed OpTic to spread their wings, spread out across the map and make it harder for Ultra to get any sort of purchase on this site. Ellie will find the kill on the bounce, and that might just relieve some of that pressure as Shotzzy will find another. Inside can find 2 of his own, but this now should be Ultra getting forced back.
This is a little bit chaos on the map. 5 versus 10. OpTic do not have the life to throw away here. Illy's going to go for a flank. He's all the way out towards mid-map. Ultra going to push towards it. He goes down. It's a 9 versus 3. Insight is on a 5 streak as well. Last chance for OpTic. Can they win the gunfights?
Time is on the side now for Toronto Ultra as well. They just need to pick their way through. OpTic getting attack, and OpTic can't hold their defense. Dashy will fall, and that is the round. Toronto Ultra lock it in. And thing is there, though, the kills come through for Ultra. That's something to maybe note. They didn't actually get that final tick as far as aware. Came up with the elimination, so the tick wasn't there. So that may well pay off for the side of OpTic. Both teams being able to take the round on the attack, but the tick advantage should be for the side of OpTic Texas.
And Insight, well, he made a bit of a difference around it on a 6 streak himself. He'll be looking for the first. Already going for the pre-fire. He really wants that glide bomb as well. But now it's all on board with OpTic. They have to do the work. They are coming under pressure. Can they find this again? Well, one way to find out. Let's go for an OpTic Texas. Listen in.
Nice, 2, inside that in. I'm watching here. Yo, give me that 2-3. Yeah, he's in red. I'm nading red. I'm nading red as well. I need a red. I'm secret. I'm watching your secret, but you might be deep I'm trying deep dead. Yo, there's a man set. There's one secret. Watch out. Yo, what could be game? Here, I'm picking it up. I'm right now. I'm just close right. I'm laying down. He's close right on me. I got needed. Keep on it. Close step. Watch out. Two. Seal up. Yeah, it's secret B. I'm securing me.
Yeah, secret B. I have secret.
I'm going top B5. Get time.
Yo, weak secret, clean X. He's still secret. You went out mid, I think. I think you went out mid.
Are you at B5? Yo, B5. You're picking your dubs. Looks good. One dead. We got the long. He's going B5 or front post.
There.
He's already right. So I'm seeing CleanX B5.
I had B5.
You can be going for B. Yeah, I don't know where CleanX is. I have B5.
Two.
Where do you go? CleanX absolutely. For concept. I'll see CleanX. Yo, street tank. I'm one shot. I can't close absolute outer.
We're gonna Steve shooting top tower.
Wow, there's a lot of comms there coming in from OpTic, but it's not a lot of ticks on the board. 20 seconds remaining. They have to go to B. They have to get into it. I think Ultra, if anything, are worried, because last time they committed to B, they snuck around through ticket. But still time.
Ultra have to be careful. They won't mind giving up B, but it doesn't seem like they want to. Shotzzy can't find the gunfight. OpTic find a way through. Contagion is there from CleanX. He will eventually fall, and that should be B now. Moving towards the side of OpTic Texas. 14 lives apiece, 1 minute and 17 seconds remaining for OpTic to try and find a way through over towards A, but plenty of map control for Ultra. Bomb coming in, just trying to alleviate some of that pressure of your Dashy, but finds nothing.
There's a big kill out towards the middle here. Dashy trying to find CleanX, eventually will do. This is tense here. It may come down to lives, but time. You can see, again, OpTic, the same tactic, hit the flank. Shotzzy is doing it. He's got Scump with him. Inside finds Dashy. They are shutting down the ticket push, though, and that is better from Ultra.
Need to make sure they do hold that. You got players on the flank and you got players in ticket. You lose any of the gunfights either side. A pinch is immediately set up for the players who remain inside the point. OpTic now just hunting away, wolfpacking together, trying to find some kills to help them break this one open. Scump finds the first one with the CleanX, and that might be the straw that breaks the camel's back for Ultra, or will it? Cammy and Vance will find the kills. It's only Shotzzy who can find one, has no support, finds a second.
He gets out again, it's the same route, eventually will be taken down by Cammy. 20 seconds left to go. It's OpTic, they have to move all the way through ticket. It's a 6 versus 6, but it may not come down to it. The time, and OpTic have to find a way. Comes to the right corner as well, finds Cammy. Can they get to the hill on time? Pants is going to be on the flank, they're just going to run for this, they're going to go. You see Illy, he's going to get into it, he's going to stop the clock, surely. They're in, Pants is going to go for the flank, and that is going to be everything. It's just too little too late. OpTic cannot get there in time. Ultra hold the defense.
Well played from Ultra, really well played from Vance. Not necessarily having as good of a map number 3 as he did in 1 and 2, but finding that flank was crucial. He puts the shots in and does not chase it down too quickly because he knows that OpTic have to head towards the point. They do not have time to clear out this flank, the flank that's coming on through. And Vance just has to push on through and find those kills very, very easily. Ultra in the lead now.
So, do OpTic hold? That is the question at the moment. Ultra really aren't going for the risky play. Straight into B. Coming at that first pitch. One thing you will see Ultra do time and time again is they start to get a few kills on the map. They will leave this and rush and try to get pressure on a B.
It's about seeing where you have the resources. If you can take them away from OpTic, then that's going to help you out. The kills start to come on through, and then, as you said, CleanX will go for a little bit more back control, but it is already there from the side of Texas. Ticket control, very, very crucial.
Where it just gets a little bit tense. You can see both teams playing for position on the minimap. Things like ticket control and pressure. Bant's just trying to make sure his teammate isn't taken down the hill. And eventually he will be. OpTic looking to capitalize. Cammy will find Scump. And Ultra's got to dig out these OpTic players that are in the midst as Cammy finds a second.
Good job from Ultra. Shotzzy the only one left to clear him out. And now that's going to be time in the side towards B, but look at this, it's coming on through over towards A. OpTic only leave one left there, and Shotzzy has to try and get across. There's 2 members of Ultra to deal with. They're still inside the point. Ultra have committed everything towards it.
Oh my goodness, they've been playing like they played Ultra. It's a second tick coming through already. They're looking for it. Scump's going to go down. Cammy's ready for it. Who's going to try and challenge? Cammy throws, but it's long through platform. And the second tick will be in. Cammy is having a 5 streak for him. Pants gets another one. And that point is secure, and now B is all that's left for OpTic.
Fans on the reflank himself, but one kill comes through over towards A. OpTic don't have the bodies, and all of a sudden you've got to defend B with nobody there. This will be locked in from Ultra. They will take a lead in this series with a dominant control win. They pushed and pulled OpTic across the map and get the job done. They will take the lead in the series here. In the losers bracket, OpTic need to find 2 maps in a row or they're going home.
Well, OpTic did it to them. They've kind of pulled them all over the map with a B before. And Insight finds his way through into A. And Ultra say, all right, bet, let's get in there. They find the player flanking. And then there was not much else to do. They had to run through the choke point. Cammy was holding it. And there was nowhere else for OpTic to go. 3-1 to Ultra, 2-1 in the series.
And it was just a game of so many big moments, wasn't it? It was not necessarily that one team was defending really well or attacking really well. It was just those moments in control that can make the difference. Those flurry of kills, those kills on the flank coming on through. But Ultra did such a good job at it. Even on the defensive side, there was always somebody left alive somewhere behind OpTic, whether it was on attack or defense. Always somebody there, an insurance policy or something that is the catalyst for an attack for Ultra to build a play off. And ultimately, I think it was Insight who found the kill over towards A, and then all of a sudden, Ultra flood over towards it. They take the opportunity with both hands and get the job done. At this stage, OpTic Texas were down in lives. B is all that needed to be captured, and the job was done from there. Toronto Ultra will find a lead, and I honestly been so impressed with them, considering what we've seen from them in the series up against the LA Thieves. They have looked 10 times better here up against OpTic Texas.
Yeah, they really have, and call it poetic justice. Obviously, OpTic played it perfectly and snuck through and kept the pressure on Ticket in their first winning round. Ultra, we knew that they've done this before. If they can get player towards B and get a little bit of map control, Insight decides to push it and found his way through. And all of a sudden, OpTic basically had to run the gauntlet to get back and defend where they wanted. This puts Ultra in a better position.
Tuscan Hardpoint is the next one. That is on the cards. We've seen some big games on Tuscan so far this weekend, and I wonder if we'll get another one here on Saturday. Texas looking to bring this one back, force the map, number 5. Or can Ultra lock in the win and lock in top 4? That's what this is for. Both these teams looking for that premium practice heading into champs. They're getting it here on the main stage today.
Well, focus evident on every single player's face. Lock in for top 4. Laser focus. And neither team looking particularly happy. Ultra, no smiles. OpTic, no smiles.
And OpTic are going to need this crowd in map number 4. They've been behind already this weekend, and the crowd maybe give them that extra little push. The game against Røkkr was not looking good whatsoever. They find themselves down in this series. Elimination all the way through. Is that pressure just starting to tell for the side of OpTic Texas?
Well, we'll have to find out. The hard point is next, and hey, the statistics are against us ending it here. Let's be perfectly clear. I think it's something now along the lines of 14 out of 18.
It's like 75% of the games over the last 20 have went over towards that map number 5. We'd love to see one here between these two series. If you're an Ultra fan, you probably don't want to see it. You want to see it closed out immediately. But just for a neutral Call of Duty fan like myself, you do want to see them. Don't start. Don't start. The EU teams are involved here, but we're trying to be neutral as possible, of course. For the side of OpTic Texas, though, this is where they can bring this one back. Although we thought that about Prakash. Honestly, we thought with Ultra and how poor they performed in that game against LA Thieves that, you know, it was maybe not going to be as close as it was. OpTic Texas did get the win, but it was very close. I'm expecting the same thing here on Tuscan.
Yeah, realistically, going into this next game, which I can already hear starting in the back of my headset, there is an awful lot to do for both of these teams. For Ultra, it hasn't been as consistent as they would like. For OpTic, we've spoken about it at length, realistically rebuilding ready for the next push. They have had their struggles, but through adversity, championships can be built, and that's what they're aiming for.
Yeah, pressures make diamonds, and that maybe is what is needed here.
Any more cliches we got?
Well, we've got probably a couple in the locker. I might save them for tomorrow, but yes, okay, it absolutely has to be done here now for the side of OpTic Texas. Hardpoint has kind of been a bit of a different one for them, though, on occasion. But can they get the job done here on Tuscan? The hold percentage, the break percentage is there for OpTic Texas. All the stats point towards a potential map number 5. Is it going to be enough, though, against a rejuvenated Toronto Ultra? Looking towards Tuscan Hardpoint, though, Ultra have lost 3 of their last 4.
Well, they're going to be the first team to get onto it. It's going to be a retake for OpTic if they can, and already Shotzzy's going to find the first one to get it down, and he stays alive. Inside just not able to pick him off, and Shotzzy finds a second kill out of somewhere.
Oh my God. If this is a goal, if this is the kind of Shotzzy we're going to see from OpTic Texas, we may well see that map number 5. B1 rotations, though, obviously coming in straight off the rip. Toronto Ultra locking down a good amount of time. OpTic Texas will want to keep a hold of these spawns as best as they can. Cammy and Co doing well, though, as Dashy with the pistol in hand. It might as well be the automated as that now comes on through. Rotation coming in from Illy. Let's see if we can find some kills over towards P2.
This is going to be important. They're looking for it. You can already see Ultra want to get sent through, and Crimsix will win that first gunfight. Looking for the second, but Shotzzy is more than waiting for him. Oh, Bance over the top, gets it. A 3-on-1 for him now as he tries to cut off the reinforcements coming in from OpTic.
Here they come. Bance will find the first, can't find the second. Illy towards the back, could he be the catalyst? Not quite, as the rest of his team now spawning up with him. But look at the pressure that comes in immediately from Cleanex. Rotates round, gets the spawns to Ultra. 45 seconds remaining here on P2, plenty to play for.
They're worried about this one. Inside's trying to stay alive. He knows nades are coming for him. He knows players are coming as well. And eventually Cleanex will help him out. Ultra at the moment, as we're on board with Inside, just ducking his head. Eventually that nade does catch him. That's what he was worried about the entire time.
OpTic struggling to find a way in here. Shotzzy may well be the one to find them. With a little bit of a foothold here, with 25 seconds remaining, the best P2 team on the game are OpTic Texas. They find the break. Can they find a hold, though? Cammy will find 2 of his own. Dashy on his own up top and plant. Is what's going to happen. Cammy finds all 4. As now the push will start to come in over towards P3. OpTic Texas do have the side of the map that they want, but not much map control.
Wow, Cleanex just read Scump like a book, and Shotzzy's trying to get the kill before they can push through tiles. Ultra here on the rotation. They've got to beat Illy, though, who stands at the back. And he holds them off. Cammy is waiting for reinforcements. Illy finds a second one. And Cammy will find it. He's looking for Illy. Illy's trying to play his life, and eventually will be taken down by that grenade. Ultra are in.
Lovely break. Grenade comes over from Cleanex, taking down Illy. Helping Cammy out, he was not slowed down since he respawned back in over towards P2. Make that number 6 for Cammy. If he can lock in a 7th here and a glide bomb as well, OpTic Texas are going to be in danger somewhat through the map, but the score is very, very close still.
Yeah, he's just playing his life. That's all he wants, his life. He's going to find the 7th. That's going to be the glide bomb as well. And there are players coming through. Cammy's still alive with an 8. Eventually, Illy takes him down, but numbers for Ultra. They haven't got as many points as they would like. Illy is just been a problem for them. 4 kills, still alive, dives into the point. They've cleaned out Ultra, and Ultra made so much work there for nothing.
Force spree for Illy comes at the right time. Shotzzy playing his life around the corner as well. There's number 3 on the cards for Shotzzy here. Yes, it is. Is that the catalyst now for OpTic to get back into this game? The lead is there, the rotation is not. But OpTic Texas maybe starting to heat up now.
They're looking for their main man, Shotzzy. Been missing for a little while, but he's turning up with a 5 streak so far on this map. 5 towards the back, that's 6. Looks for the 7th inside, eventually shuts him down as Ultra fight for the back inside, winning another gunfight against Scump. Illy towards it, he's waiting, he knows the player is going to push. Where are Ultra?
6 spree now for Illy as well, looking at a glide bomb to the arsenal on this map. Both 2 teams have had players playing these streaks very, very well. Is Illy gonna find it? Yes, he is, there's number 7. The push now starting to come in through for the side of Toronto Ultra. And Illy will eventually fall, but OpTic Texas inside the point, they've held it well. Look for the rotation to start coming in with 15 seconds remaining.
One last push for Insight. He doesn't want to give him all of this scrap time, but they know it's going to be very, very important. Shotzzy shuts him down. And while Ultra will be here next, they do not have the numbers to hold. You're relying on Cleanex to make some magic.
And then bounce off the door. Scump then taken down. Cleanex, the first line of defense is now Dashy falls as well. Bance is there alongside of him. Health points regaining, refreshing for the side of Cleanex, who is still holding this, by the way, all on his own. Eventually will fall to Scump. Cammy is there, though, the backup there for Ultra. They've held well for the first 20 seconds.
They're going to go, and Inside finally finds out Shotzzy, but it's going to be a stack Watch OpTic, they're all together. They're looking for it. Scump finds two with a grenade, and now they're going to execute. They dive straight into it. Cleans gets one, Bans gets another. Bans eventually going to take it down by Dashy. Reinforcements for Ultra coming up the stairs now as Cleanx finds another one. This hill has been all him for Toronto.
It's been so mixy though, hasn't it? It has been Ultra finding the majority of the time, but that might now change. 20 seconds to go. Inside the hill, Dashy will snap, has some support as well. This strap time looking like it's going to go over towards OpTic unless Insight can find something magical here. He will get taken down. 3 spree for Ellie, the rotation's starting to come in. After a full set of hills, OpTic Texas will have around a 40-point lead. Setup is here though for Ultra. Can Texas find a brick here? They've not had much luck on P1 in general. 44% hold rate, ranks last, but they need to get in if they want to hold it, and Ellie might try and help them.
And this is exactly what they want. They're going to call it in. Cammy's going to feel the wrath of the glide bomb. Down he goes. Paulehx going to try and do something. He's going to go down as well. Bans, thank you very much. Dashy, that pistol is disgraceful.
The break is there for OpTic, but can they hold? This lead might get dangerous, but Cammy says, whatever you can do, I can do too. Glide bomb in, finds 2. Can Ultra find the break of that? Illy inside the middle of the map, and Shotzzy's the only one left momentarily. Both teams having to burn that glide bomb though. Not a bad result for either one of them. It's better for Texas, who have the lead, and they also have the spawns for P2.
Illy's going to try one last chance. He is so difficult to get out around Pillar, and that's why. Should be taken down, almost takes down Cleanx though, and there's another push coming through. It is going to be Scump. He goes for the fight one more time, and Bans though going to be on the rotation. He's looking for it. Dashy's pistol's better. I'm sorry, Bans. And they have P2 tough.
And Scump finding those 2 kills over towards P1. It was about 5 or 6 seconds that go over towards OpTic Texas that Toronto Ultra would not have accounted for. It's about a 30-point lead. Shotzzy though, getting it done with the auto, getting it done with the grenade. 22 and 16 from him. It's one of the big reasons that OpTic have a lead that is now growing.
They're trying to get through. You can see the Ultra nades trying to hit around. This is what they usually do. They execute as soon as they get a nade in. There's 2 already coming through. Shotzzy, can he be the hero? No. Cleanx eventually takes him down. And Scump last alive. Finds one towards L. Finds the second as well. And the King is killing. But Cammy eventually shuts him down. It's just scrap time for Ultra if they can get it. But OpTic are there. The rotation is going to matter more. And Shotzzy, of course it's him. He's found it.
Right, this is all on Shotzzy. That lead for OpTic Texas is getting a little bit concerning for the side of Toronto Ultra. Can they find a way through though? But Shotzzy, he's got to be the one here for the side of OpTic Texas. Finds the first gunfight, but he needs the rest of his team to follow him on through. Cammy will come for the challenger as well in a second. Need to put 2 men onto him. Shotzzy trying his best to survive. We'll find another. Cammy finds it. Ultra still in control of P3, but only just.
Looking for it eventually. No points coming in for Ultra right now. OpTic have done an unbelievable job. And Shotzzy here towards the back. You just can't hit him. It's like hitting smoke, but he will go down. Cammy finds it. He's on a 4 streak himself. 24 and 15. Ultra are trying to hold what they know is a tile push coming through. Scump makes the first. The rest of OpTic flood through tiles.
Through the front door they go. Cleanx is the only one who can answer. This lead is around 50, and it may well grow if these kills don't fall through for Ultra. OpTic Texas with another break and all the kills falling their way. Ultra may well move away over towards P4, licking their wounds. It's only really Shotzzy in a position to do something. He's behind them because why not? Every single time he's the first one there and just causing issue. Ultra struggling to set up because of it.
Oh, look at it, goes for the chow, gets the kill. He is unkillable so far, and you are right. He is being a problem for Ultra. Again, another kill for Shotzzy. Oh my goodness! He has caught fire. 30 and 20, a 4 streak now for him, and he rips control of Church away from Toronto.
This is a huge problem for the side of Toronto Ultra, as it feels like OpTic cannot miss a bullet right now. Every single gunfight seems to be going their way. Insight's the only one who can answer back as the 200-point mark is reached. Toronto Ultra need to turn this round very, very quickly, but my goodness me, another glide bomb running up for Shotzzy. They cannot be found, but OpTic Texas, the damage may well be done. It's a 100-point lead.
Dashy decides to leave it, and Ultra, they gain maybe scrap of Church, but not even then. There's still too many players from OpTic around. Dashy gets the kill as well. And OpTic are fighting for scraps. Dashy's going to be on a 5. The rotation will come in for Ultra, but it is not just 60 points they need. They need 2 perfect hills, and I just don't see it.
Needs one more for a glide bomb. It's quite the air force that OpTic Texas are now developing as they find the push through the front door. This has been somewhat of a slaughter on Tuscan, but Bans can find 2 from behind. Maybe Ultra have a route back in, but OpTic Texas, 16 points away. Ultra may well find a break, but they need to be perfect from here on out. They are 110 behind.
It would be the biggest breakdown maybe in COD history of OpTic losing from here. They don't have to do all that much right. They just have to be average. And you can see now that they are putting the pressure on. They want this to end. They are piling in the bodies. Dashy moving forward. Scump getting a kill at the same time. They're in. The points are coming through. Banty's going to find one. Dashy going to still be alive. Dashy finds two. Not quite the third.
Can't quite find it. We'll take another rotation of hills before OpTic Texas can put a pin in this game. First hill coming back up. 12 points away for OpTic Texas. We are now done in this game. It feels like Ultra need to fight something back. Dashy's got the hands once more, but Ultra in control, and surely the glide bomb will follow.
Here it comes. You can hear it on the map, but it misses. The glide bomb misses. Can Ultra hold? This is an impossible task against OpTic. They are digging in. They are fighting for their lives. The spike is coming through from Shotzzy. Finds the first. Connects still alive. More bodies from Ultra piling into it. Surely there's no way! Dashy finds one, but still they don't have the trades they would like.
Trade does eventually come through. 25 seconds remaining on this hill. Ultra trying to bring it back from what surely was the brink. We thought it would be there. Shotzzy on the flank though, coming through you. Maybe the one to disrupt as the kills start to flow from the side of OpTic. Scump finds two and off the map. Needs to find the kills, but OpTic are in. 5 seconds to go. There's the kills. It was somewhat inevitable when that lead was found. Map 5, we go!
And it was just a step too far. The green wall was ablaze. And Tuscan was their playground. And map 5 has cometh. Shotzzy was an issue.
yeah, it was an issue. My goodness me.
Finds a kill, runs 75 meters, finds another kill, disappears into the ether, teleports across the map, gets another one.
Somebody who has had some success on this stage this weekend, Kenny, is loving it. The crowd here in the King's Theatre have been immense. What a venue, what a crowd, and what a game we've had so far. I have no idea which way this one goes, Brycey. 2-2, map 5 at the major. Couldn't ask for anything else.
No, we certainly could not. It is going to be an incredible finale for this. OpTic find a great hard point, a dominant hard point for them. They turn on the firepower, they find everything they need, and the momentum has swung back again to their side. But what happens next? What happens when on land at the major with the home crowd, we get to a map 5?
And honestly, looking towards that hard point, how close that map number 1 is, Ultra will be very disappointed with their showing on map number 4. In both these two teams, the last 3 games they played, the most it's been separated by is 11. That is a dominant performance from the side of OpTic on map number 4. And they will want to carry that momentum through to map number 5, Brycey. It should be an absolute banger.
It certainly will. Well, we've taken a journey so far. 4 maps have gone. Only 1 can remain in this. This will be an S&D for top 4, an S&D to stay alive at this major and try to be glorious before the playoffs and the championships in LA. Both teams have made a case why they should win it, but only time will tell us. And 1 more map at the major, potentially for OpTic or Ultra. We'll see you right after this. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Call of Duty League. You can hear the roar of the crowd here at the Major. New York has been magnificent, but maybe not as magnificent as the game we are about to see. All the way to a map number 5. OpTic and Ultra have battled. But only one team can take victory. Only one team can take the glory. Who wants it more, Ton?
And who better, or what better, to decide it on the Prolute Search and Destroy. It is Vanguard, it's Mixy. We love to see it. It's going to be an interesting one because as of recent, it has been Ultra who've been getting the job done. Most recently, actually, up against OpTic as well. They looked good against London the other day. They play slow, they play passive, and I'm curious if Rambo and the boys backstage have been having a look at how Ultra have played it recently. As said, it's slow and steady. They do not like to play around those quick places like Ron was against Shotzzy.
Well, that is going to be the key for this as well. Recent VOD. They're going to be able to look at it, break it down, figure out where they went wrong, because Ultra had a great time last time. So for OpTic, this is a must view. Have they done their homework? Have they figured it out? For Ultra, it does mean they may have to change their playbook.
They might have to, but this man's going to have to be the one for the side of OpTic, I feel. Trying to find those first bloods, trying to find these positions where he can help his team out. But New York, map 5 we go. Loser goes home, winner goes on to top 4, and we will see them on Sunday. It's a Prolute Search and Destroy to decide it. OpTic against Ultra, here we go.
Now, this should be a bit of a slow push, neutral setup. Ultra looking for that first blood. Already you're seeing a little bullets go down. The crowd swells behind OpTic. At the moment, a little bit quiet on Prolute.
Yeah, Ultra playing their usual game. Take their time, slowly, slowly. Not going to try and find a pick and then formulate their round around it. But OpTic Texas feels like they've done their homework here. Nobody's peeking, nobody's giving anyone an inch. Both teams passive. And time will eventually come into it. The longer this goes on, the more it benefits the defensive side.
It does, and Ultra want to execute, but they've got no information. They don't know where they are. He's going to open the door and close it again. This is polite. This all comes down to who finds who.
35 seconds remaining. First blood's going to be crucial. It's going to go the way of Dashy. Now it's a 3 versus 4 for the side of Ultra, who will have to kick into motion. Cammy on the site will get challenged. Shotzzy can't quite get away. It's a 2 versus 3, but not much time.
Ultra have burnt time, and without those picks, without those trades, find themselves in a precarious position. Scump's going to try and back off. Ultra don't have time to even partners. Clear's going to find one. Scump with a big gunfight, but no, Ban takes him down, and it's now Dashy. He's been a factor for them so many times. Clear's going to die, looking for it, and now comes the retail! Dashy says thank you. Easy for him in the end.
And Bads has to get off it. And then he has to challenge. And not a bullet hits Dashy. He will find the first blood in the last 2 as well. And that's a big round. It's a huge round because Ultra played the slow game. OpTic Texas did not buy into what they were trying to do. They sat tight. And I wonder if that will just change Ultra's mentality when it does come down to this game. OpTic Texas are very happy to play you at the same one.
The problem for OpTic is going to be Dashy. He did this last time in the S&D. He was horrible to play against. Now, OpTic going a little bit slow. Already going to be seen. There's twice information there for Bance. Gets the stun, but doesn't get anything more.
I think the information is that I'm potentially in trouble. Grenade comes over. The challenge might come in. He has to back on down. The rest of Ultra follow. First blood will be crucial here, but look at this pressure coming in from OpTic.
A lot of players now stacking close.
Look at Bance. Look at Bance.
Have they slipped in there? What on earth are OpTic waiting for? They're going to get inside, gets that first blast. Second one going to go to Bance as well. Just one player left. It's going to be Shotzzy. Can he find anybody under this one? He finds the first. 1v3 technically for him. 37 seconds left to go. Is it going to be another clutch for OpTic?
They've read him though. Shotzzy sprinting forward. Bance will see him. He'll cut his legs off. Ultra will tie this up. And they did so well to soak up that pressure and then make their move. OpTic had plenty of map presence in. The real estate line was quite far pushed up. Nobody watching River. Bance and Insight can find their way through. And the kills fall their way. 1-1.
I'll tell you something. He was a nightmare last time. Benjamin Bance. has arrived on Bakaj, 4-on-1. Hydra in the S&D. Can he continue that run of form? OpTic this time will be the defensive side. Band's already going for the pre-fire.
And just to touch on that both teams are very strong defensively. 2nd and 4th, respectively, on this map. So expect any attacks to really have an influence on the scoreline massively between these two teams. Ultra now looking to try and find some picks, and it's the same old story. OpTic Texas very happy to sit and wait, invite them in. Can Ultra find a pick?
Oh, here's the best thing. They never found Shotzzy in that position last time. He was not there when he engaged in the fight, so they do not know where he is this time. OpTic again doing a very good job of denying information to Ultra. Here comes the push, here comes the pressure. Huge purple swell, and Shotzzy finds the first one on a cami. First blood for OpTic. It's Shotzzy again! He's still alive, he's still dipping and diving. Insight eventually finds him. Scump gonna go for it. Insight turns and burns. And down to a 2 versus 2, but it's Dashy on Pants.
Insight with not a lot of time remaining, 25 seconds, but he is the man who can always find those clutch situations, but not this time. OpTic Texas find another round. We're training defenses back and forth here, 2-1 now.
Maybe OpTic have gone through the VR because they are playing some great corners. They are baiting Ultra in. And Ultra will burn time, but they cannot find the kills.
And the problem is, for the side of Ultra, you play that round because you don't want to invite this kind of round from Shotzzy. But when the time starts to run out, that's when things get a little bit dangerous.
Maybe a little bit more pressure this time around. He's just taking a stun. Some information for Ultra. They're trying to figure this out. Bats is going to take a stun as well.
He's in trouble. He's in trouble. He needs the rest of his team inside of Gromos to do anything because Shotzzy has set the net. There's Kami. The second will follow. Shotzzy inside of Gromos is not a situation you want to be involved in if you're Toronto Ultra. A 3 versus 2. This could be an attack and it could be massive for the side of OpTic Texas.
They're looking for them. They are outnumbered, and Bants is going to find Scump though. Back down to a 2 versus 2. Insight is going to know where that player is going to be.
He called it out, but he's so scared to challenge it. Shotzzy will find his 3rd of the round. And could an ace potentially be on the cards? Dashy on his way over to help, and there you go. The defensive holds have been good, but not this time from Ultra. OpTic Texas take a 3-1 lead.
And they're just getting the outplays. They're finding the gaps in Ultra's defense. And they are capitalizing. Ultra cannot seem to keep a handle on Shotzzy, who finds a kill and gets away over and over again.
It's the Dashy and Shotzzy show right now. A 3-1 lead for OpTic Texas. We keep things rolling. Ultra will want to answer back with an attack of their own. I wonder if they maybe change something up here because their previous ones have not looked like it's going to find anything. It's another first blood though, and Dashy continues to cause problems. 4 versus 3.
Ultra just cannot find anything. The anvil of Dashy, the hammer of Shotzzy, beating them out of shape. It is another clutch situation for them. They lose this, it goes to 4-1 in OpTic's favor. A 2-3 sounds a little bit better to me, but OpTic are not giving them an inch.
3-2 down and heading back on the defense wouldn't be too bad for the side of Ultra. Ilya Cross hasn't found a kill yet. Will he find something with this? Vance with not much HP. Kleenex moves forward. Ultra can't find anything. Shotzzy with another.
An insight for a 1 versus 4, but they're going to just play him around. He finds the first one. If Ultra have ever wanted their main man the clutch, this will be the time, but he's got so many players to get through, nowhere to go. Dashy on a 5 streak. And OpTic are walking this one home round by round.
And that attacking round is what's made the difference in holding their defenses either side. Has put this scoreline where it is. Ultra now back over towards the defense. They must hold this. Looking towards the streaks though. 5 for Dashy, 4 for Shotzzy. You cannot let that get out of hand if you're Toronto Ultra.
And this is a reverse of what happened last time they played on this map. Last time it was Toronto, this time is it OpTic.
On board with Bance again over towards the B side, but look at the aggression coming through from OpTic. Kami will find his first kill of the game. Does OpTic maybe just try and change things up here over towards A? Hasn't worked out for them. 4v3 for Ultra. They must hold it.
Oh, Vance is cooking. He's waiting for it. That nade's going to go out. Bomb will go down here for OpTic. CleanX finds another one to the Scump, though. Eddie's going to try and get away. Busts to the door! CleanX finds a kill. And it's Dashy. It's Bruce. It's a 5 streak. Can he find a clutch here? No, down he goes. Anticlimactic. But sometimes that's just the way it rolls. Ultra get one back on the board.
Yeah, really well played from Ultra. The aggression comes in from OpTic, though, man. Honestly, I thought they would maybe try and play around the streaks from Shotzzy and Dashy to try and maybe build them up. A glide bomb and even a 4-2 lead is a nice position to be in, but those streaks are shut down. Ultra stop the bleeding. Now they go over towards an attacking round of their own. If they can find this, they are well and truly back into it. But look at these scoreboards. 8-2 from Dashy, 8-4 from Shotzzy. Illy and Scump have been there, but just maybe a supporting cast.
Let's see what happens next.
Look at the stack from OpTic.
Ultra have found very little success so far in his S&D. Illy, and they went off right next to him, but they didn't find him. There shouldn't have been a hit marker. He took no damage.
I wonder if it was just on the outside, but either way, no information gained. And our Toronto Ultra maybe just crawling accidentally into the lion's den here. As OpTic Texas now set up, ready and waiting.
It's always slow from Ultra.
Shotzzy.
Trying to get through this one. It's a huge kill from Shotzzy. He finds it. He does get away as well. He's going to look for another one towards this river, and Shotzzy just keeps on burying Ultra. Vance left alone in a 1 versus 3, and they're going to go. Oh my goodness, he did get it. Down to a 1 versus 2.
Got time on the side here, 30 seconds remaining. We've seen a 1 versus 3 at a crucial time for Ultra in map number 2 on Berlin. Can he do it here on Bakash to put Ultra back in? If he can't find it, OpTic Texas, match point.
Oh, Scump's going to wait. He's going to be patient, and he's seen him. He's called it out as well. Vance, I don't know if he knows that he's been seen, but slowly but surely this will tie them on him. Bomb down. Vance out. A 1v3 still on the cards.
And I can't believe that he actually got away with that. He's managed to get away. And the timing. Has the timing worked out on his side? Vance will find one. Will Bruce find the trade? Not quite. 1v1.
They're looking for him. He's going for the peak on it as well. Has Vance called this out correctly? Has he figured out what's happening? He's going to go for it as well! It's Benjamin Vance! Again, a 1 versus 3 versus OpTic where they need him the most.
A huge moment again. I just don't understand how OpTic can let him out. Scump has eyes on him. He doesn't have time. You've got to close the gap. They give him the time to plant. And it is a mistake that they may well rue. Ultra now onto the defense. If they hold, they tie it up.
How on earth does it come down to this? A lifeline has been thrown from Vance. Now, on the OpTic, they can get to 5. Their game to win.
Slow but steady from the side of OpTic Texas. Can they find a route through here? Both teams, it's a nervy Bakash search and destroy. Grenade through will find nothing, so the information is there for Scump that there's nobody there. They will start to make their moves. But has Kami played this well? Ultra kick into gear, as do OpTic.
Still waiting. It's a time burn coming from. Took the go through, was down to the CleanX. He's going to try and stay alive. CleanX is fighting for his life. He's alive. Bomb down. Advantage to Ultra.
Alive.
Look at the amount of bodies. Everybody's trying to get CleanX. They want him down. There's fire going everywhere, and it's going to go down to Dashy. A 1 versus 4. And they are not giving you anything at the moment. He's going to try and get through here at the same time. That pistol is out. It's the double bait down, but it's not going to be enough. Ultra tie it up here at the major. 4-4.
3 rounds in a row for Toronto Ultra. The bleeding for OpTic has been heavy. I have no idea which way this one goes, but a nearly capacity crowd here in the King's Theatre. 4-4 in map number 5. For me, this only goes one way. Surely we see the round 11. Both teams are being so strong in the defense. They've only dropped 1 apiece. Can Ultra find another attack here, or do OpTic Texas hold it down for a 5-4 lead?
Advantage 5-4 mentally at this stage will be huge. OpTic's gonna be the first blood. Illy cuts down insight. Huge first blood for OpTic.
That is massive. Torrent Ultra are a team who thrive on these 4v3 situations, but they're the ones in a 3v4. It's looking like something a little bit obscure from Ultra. Can they find something? Yeah, Killinex will find the shots onto Illy. It's not usually how he applies his trade with the automate, but he gets the shots in. 3 versus 3.
Now, the man of the moment, the man of the match maybe, Shotzzy is waiting. Waiting for anybody to fall into his little trap.
The tension is there amongst everyone, but Shotzzy goes for the challenge. Dashy will be the one to find the first. Cammy will answer it back. It's a 2 versus 2.
Somehow staying alive. Shotzzy again, of course he is. Looking for him. They know he's still going to be a problem. Bomber's going to be picked up, and I wonder where on earth OpTic are going to go with this one. Back to back for them.
They're coming over very, very quickly, though, with 13 seconds remaining. Can stop this bomb going down! Oh my goodness, Shotzzy! And now Bud's on his own! How does he win that gunfight?
Shotzzy is never caught flat-footed because he's never on his feet. He glides across the map. And OpTic find the difference. They have stopped the relentless oncoming storm of Ultra. This is match point. One more round for top 4 for OpTic.
Ultra with the defense. There's only been 2 rounds that went to the attacking team so far. But OpTic in the driving seat. 5-4 up. Ultra need to hold their defense. Do OpTic have anything for them?
Confidence swelling in the breast of OpTic. They know they are close. They can taste it. They just need to hold their nerve. They just need to win their trades.
Grenades surely coming Bance's way. Plenty of shots being fired, not a lot being landed. Still a 4 versus 4.
OpTic are going to make this move. They want the trades.
Look at this. Shotzzy looking for something. Bullets there to rebut all that, but here comes the push from OpTic.
They found him. Illy finds Bance. Inside gets one back though. Down to a 3 versus 3. Trying to get out of it. Cammy finds another. Shotzzy's still alive. And that push from OpTic has not worked out for them in the end.
And there's no map control whatsoever, but Ultra, I'd imagine, don't have much information themselves. Dashy is holding, but a 2 versus 3. Defense has been king for both these 2 teams. Ultra will need to continue to hold that if we want to see around number 11. But Shotzzy goes to the plant, but in the wrong time. Cammy will find it. 1v3 for Dashy.
Very little time, and he finds the first. An absolute destruction of Cammy up top. 17 seconds left to go. Just the inside towards the back. The gunfight. He's 47 health. He's weak. He's going to get taken down. Of course it is. Of course it is. It's a map 5. It's a round 11 for top 4 here at the major. Toronto Ultra and OpTic Texas will go into this one more time.
The crowd in the King's Theatre rises to their feet, which has been a monumental series. A tip of the hat from everyone from both of these 2 teams. OpTic on the attack.
And the crowd tries to get behind OpTic. They try to make their spirits lift.
Same setup from Ultra. Nice and steady away, but OpTic, this may well be something a little bit different out of the playbook.
A double nade's about to come in. They're trying to get the kill straight away. Cammy's going to call out. That's all come towards him. First blood may be the difference maker.
It could be huge. Cammy has to back on down. Plenty of utility still left on the side of OpTic Texas. The tension in the venue. You could cut it with a knife. My goodness me, here we go. Killinex just trying to survive. OpTic Texas still yet to find any information here though. Shotzzy's going to peek it. Killinex still surviving, but here come OpTic Texas. Illy finds the first 4v3.
He keeps finding that over and over again. Ultra now have to clutch against OpTic. What can they find as everything slows to a crawl? Bance has been spotted.
Time is ticking, 30 seconds to go. OpTic Texas with all the control in the world, but look at this, it's the old switcheroo. Bance, he's in trouble, gets out in time. Is he going to check it though? But Shotzzy behind him! 4v2!
And now OpTic have everything. The bomb is going to be down. They have the numbers. Cammy trying to make a difference for it. He finds Illy as well. Now it's all down to him. It's going to be Dashy comes for it as well. Finds him over the top. And OpTic Texas
take it. They move forward into top 4. The major, the ice, the clutch. It's a 6-5 in the end. A redemption for the green wall. Not good in the qualifiers. Right at LAN.
What a series between two titans of the CDL. But it's OpTic Texas, round 11, map 5, that sends Toronto Ultra home.
And that last round was tense.
I promise we're in New York, it's not Texas. But the OpTic crowd always follows. What a series. Give it up for both these two teams. A fantastic game of Vanguard. And it's the attack that they win it on, by the way. After how many defenses were held by both these two teams.
Soak it in. This is what happens when you come to these events. The crowd, the vibes, the feelings, and the glory.
And they march on to Sunday now, Brycey. A team that a lot of people, I've seen someone had him 11th in their power rankings, and honestly, it didn't feel unjustified with the performances that we had seen. But we know that this roster has it in them. And I think that's the frustration. You look at this roster, you look at everybody on it, you know there is talent there. Let's have a look at the scoreboard to finish things off. The first bloods for OpTic were massive. It is an 8-3 difference. Gotta remember as well, Bance with that 1v3. Ultra had to clutch up the state in it. But a 6-5 win in map number 5. OpTic may well be in the ascendancy here.
It is the fire that forges, and OpTic walked through it. They had to do the work to get back into this series, and they did. They iced up. Huge play there, coming out Shotzzy and Scump, I believe, towards the end. They baited and switched. Cleanx was not able to get anything. They wanted the trade. Illy, by the way, first blood, over and over again. Woo! I enjoy coming to these events.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm having good fun. I'm glad I'm at this one, to be honest with you. My goodness me, what a series. But Blaze is down with, well, a lot of people are shouting for MVP. He's with Shotzzy.
Thank you so much, Ton and Brycey. One more time, give it up for OpTic Texas. Shotzzy, my first question is simply, how the hell do y'all stay so composed in the losers bracket?
We've been to round 11 just more than probably anyone, to be honest, in this season. So we're very used to it. We're all composed, and yeah, we finished out with round 11.
Man, yes, you did finish in around 11. So being down 2-1, losers brackets, y'all had to win maps 4 and 5. Take us through those two maps on how y'all got that comeback and a little bit into that round 11.
Yeah, we kind of just played as a team. You know, maps 1, 2, and 3, we're a little bit shaky, but maps 4 and 5, we actually played as a team. We played to our game plan, and yeah, I mean, we just took it from there.
Y'all got it done, okay? And so I asked you, like, how y'all stay so composed, but I know y'all got a fantastic coach over there in Rambo.
Oh, yeah.
Talk to me about what he does for y'all.
Ray's just, he's my godfather. I mean, what can I say? He's just a GOAT. He understands how to play the game and stuff like that, so shout out Ray.
Shout out Ray one time. All right, and any last words you want to give to these fans out here who've been supporting you?
Shout out the Green Wall, man. You guys,
yeah.
I love you guys, man. Seriously, dude. You guys make this event so much funner. I don't even think that's a word, but yeah, you guys make it just so much fun.
Hey, we'll make it a word as y'all continue to make it through the losers bracket. Bailey, take it away.
Hey, listen, if you can pull off a win like that, you can make up any words you want. But OpTic Texas moves on, eliminating the Toronto Ultra from Major 4.
What an unbelievable performance, man, especially in that Game 5 Search and Destroy. Like, in the end there, I honestly thought
tense.
Toronto Ultra had it. In the play that they set up, we saw early on in, like, round number 2 when Bans collapsed through trenches and got behind them and wins the gunfight. But this time, Dashy's aware of it, plays for the kill there, and they get the early kill onto Cleanx as well. Like, just perfectly executed out of OpTic Texas, but got a little bit scary there.
It was extremely scary. Ali, listen, for a second, Toronto Ultra looked like they had the game in the bag. How are you feeling feeling about that?
No, it was OpTic Texas that should have had it in the bag, and then Toronto just, after that Bans 1v3, it was just all the momentum had a hold. You could hear it in the crowd. A pin drop could have fell in some of these situations, but props to OpTic guys for icing up, man. Shotzzy just continuously abusing these lanes that Toronto Ultra is leaving open. You gotta stop letting that guy into grandma, dude.
You can't, not at all. Also, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the map highlights. Chance, OpTic just seems to just be willing it along the way. Illy's back, the team is back, and it just feels good when OpTic goes crazy.
Dude, and I got to see some of the things I was looking for, right? Like the key to victory, I think it was Shotzzy his first match, 0.8, his next match, 0.9. I was like, that's not gonna be good enough to like take down Toronto Ultra, and he starts living life like on the Tuscan, drops a 1.4. Fried on the map 5 as well, and I know what he said in the interview, a lot of it comes down to the teamwork, so, I mean, you know, it's gonna be tougher and tougher for every single series that these guys have, but I mean, right now they're taking care of business, and you know, so many little moments where the guys are stepping up. It's a little bit scary, but gunfights in moments like that, like if they're making it difficult on themselves, there's still times where they do the impossible, so always a fun team to watch.
And situations like that is what makes OpTic Texas so hard to play against. Like, honestly, Ultra played that perfect, wrapping the bomb site there. Initially, they did that. Cammy gets the kill, and then they wrap it back to B, and it's like, okay, Cammy's gonna be able to pick up a kill on the rotation. But Shotzy's doing Shotzzy things, and there's just nothing you can do. And then thinking about the first map at the very end, what happens? Insight gets around the back, goes to Water Tower with the 2000 IQ play and pops a 2-piece. But what happens? Shotzy's still in the hill, gets a kill with his SMG, and then pulls out the pistol for the 2-piece. Time and time again, this is what he did early on in the season, and they needed him here again. And look at the KDs on the squad, man. Dashy and Shotzzy are moving different.
I mean, the K, I don't care about the K. 123 kills and 108 deaths. That man was living life inside of like Ultra Spawn just about. So there you go. He absolutely stepped it up, cranked it up a notch, like, and then some. The absolute fry man, the final 2 matches. Like, again, he's performing like that, and it's still going game 5, round 11. So that is exactly the kind of performance you needed just to get that win. So unreal stuff, rising to the occasion. And again, just wonderful Call of Duty towards the end.
And I will say, on the flip side for Toronto Ultra, the slaying was not here during this series, but I will say they were keeping it so close given the fact, like, Cammy had seriously started turning it up when it came to respawn, and then the Search and Destroy, we got a 15-5 out of Benjamin Bance. That is what we saw earlier today. Toronto Ultra unable to completely close it out, though. I just feel like Toby sometimes has just been struggling to get something going in this game. He is a very aggressive, high engagement player, and sometimes the timings just don't work out in his favor.
I mean, in fairness, you know, I think a good chunk of those stats come down to like a Bocage, where like, you know, it's a 5-point game for the insanity in the final hill. So I know the stats don't always look great towards the end, but I just think that's 2 teams literally neck and neck, as close as it could possibly be. I mean, anytime it comes down to a game 5, round 11, like both teams put it all out there.
Even though Toronto Ultra were knocked out of the event, hey, we got to give them their flowers. And Nameless, they look good to get a game 5. We're going to look at the points, but I want to hear your thoughts as well.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see them at Champs, right? Like, they look way better in this series. And honestly, though, like, they still have a lot of work to do. And as do OpTic. There are a lot of blunders in this series out of them as well. Like, and they're still figuring themselves out. A couple big gunfights get them through it. But, I mean, you think about Banch jumping out the window at B-Bomb side, like picking up a 3-piece to win that. And you think about the Control, where they stack the street, and then, you know, Toronto end up clutching up and getting on A. So, like, there's just a couple things that they need to work on, but you can see right here all the teams that have clinched, and then still Mutineers trying to claw their way in, and the New York Subliners. One of those teams will be our final squad that punches their ticket to Champs. I can't wait.
All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the bracket as well. Chance, 3 teams remain at the bottom. There's going to be some newcomers coming soon, though.
I mean, dude, and again, I just can't like get away from the Subliner storyline, because it's their battle between the Florida Mutineers as well for the final spot. So it is the Mutineers that control the destiny of whether or not the Subliners can make it in. They can force it to a situation where New York will have to win the event, and they can force it to a situation where they just qualify on their own. But the path for Florida Mutineers to make that happen,
starts with
you gotta get past Atlanta and then OpTic after that. I mean, look. That is truly as tough as it gets. You get to see what they're made of, and if you can beat teams like Atlanta and OpTic, then obviously
you deserve it.
You deserve your spot at Champs.
You deserve absolutely everything. But ladies and gentlemen, make sure you get your Champs pack as well. Make sure you're flexing the lobbies, your body and people. I don't know about you, but after watching an event like this, I just feel like playing games all day.
I want to go home. I want to get on my flight. I want to start playing some rank play. So I know I need to be coming across some of you demons in rank play with these skins on.
All right, Chance, you're not going to be on the decks for that one right there. For the next series, Florida versus Atlanta FaZe, and the winner plays against OpTic. How do you feel about this?
I mean, there's been a couple 3-0s today. If I was a betting man, I'd say it'll be another.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is it. We have one more series on the day, and it's going to be a good one. OpTic Texas were able to move forward in a very close series against the Toronto Ultra. But Atlanta FaZe, they got something to say, baby. They're facing off against the Florida Mutineers, and the question is, can this young team really battle it out against one of the biggest titans in the CDL? We'll find out soon, and we'll see you there.